Hey, everybody. Welcome to Smash Brothers Podcast. I'm Smash Brother Greg. It's my brother, Smash Brother Mick.
SB2, S1 we're not on the card, but we're here with you on radio.
We're here on the Millsboro show today, down at the studio here, and we're just getting together. Last night, we had the pleasure of seeing Gabe Dixon at the Room, my favorite hangout down here in southern Sussex and Lewis.
God's County.
Right?
Damn right, baby.
Gabe and his band, Dan and
Randy,
the drummer. Oh, man, did they put on the show. I just cannot say how much everybody in that room enjoyed the presence of Gabe Dixon and the band. Simply amazing. And, you know, it was a treat to be that up close and personal with him, meet and greet, talk to him, and his history with the Tedeschi Trucks Band.
Yes.
And his solo work. And did you know he did Supertramp? He toured with Supertramp and actually was the lead singer on a lot of their major hits just because of his voice and the way he could sing.
Amazing. I'll tell you what, he is got a chance to meet the gentleman, his band, like you said. Great night at the Room, great people. Food was off the charts. How great was Brian?
Short ribs.
Come on, forget about it. Nobody. He said, "I want to get the top chefs in Delaware and let Brian get right in it because he is a top chef. I'm not selling him short whatsoever, but I like to have a little competition.
Yeah.
You know what we could do maybe in the spring?
What's that?
Smash Brothers competition. Get some chefs together.
Oh,
and have a little panel.
I forgot to tell you. You know who asked me to bring Gio back? Jim Rivette. He wants Gio back to do an Italian night.
Okay.
So we can make that happen.
Johnny Majorano, my godson. God bless him.
Smash Brothers can make that happen.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
Beautiful.
We're in. There we go.
Here we go.
I told him there was a bunch of Polish people down here that wanted to come and do some kibasi nights too, but I got to work on that.
That's all right. You got the best kibasi maker in Delaware, Bobby. And Bobby over in Jersey, he makes the best Italian sausage in America. You got the post two, right? One in Violin, New Jersey, Bobby, and Billy. Right there in
downtown Wilmington, Browntown. We've got
Delaware Provisions.
We also got, now we probably can get the Stevensons, who are very tight with Kirby and Holloway, to do like a sausage scrapple, have like a breakfast night featuring all of that.
We got so many great
I think
ideas.
we got it.
Smash Brothers are going to sponsor some things in the spring of 26.
You know what? I really like this idea. See, that's what we do. We just brainstorm and we come up with these things. We'll see if we can make it happen.
I'm going to be honest with you, bro. Last show, we weren't attached at the hip, and I was feeling a little lonely. We're back together.
We're back together, same frame and all that stuff. It's all looking good.
We can think a little bit. Think a little bit.
So, don't get us thinking too much, because that's when you'll start seeing smoke come out of the top of our heads right here. So that's what the Smash Bros are all about. If we're not out golfing and enjoying life and doing all that stuff, we're here talking food, because if there's one thing that unfortunately we really enjoy, it's food.
One of the greatest things in life. I was telling SB1 this morning, Marguerite baked them a beautiful banana bread to come down, and Greg said when he wants some butter.
Oh my
I said I ate more butter last week being cooped up in the Poconos than I did my entire life.
Well, I swear, you did too. I mean, like, you were chowing it down, but I actually was telling Mick that we were in we were in Arizona, my son, myself, my son-in-law, at an elite worldwide conference, and shout out to Elite. It was such a great conference. But we went out for the end of the weekend and end of the event. We said, let's go out and let's have a steak dinner. So we went to a steakhouse, and here I am. My son-in-law goes, I'll take the bone-in ribeye. I go, okay. And I was going to order the boneless ribeye, right? It's like 16 ounces. The bone-in's 24. I had to get the big boy. Just give me the big boy. Well, oh my God. When it stuck with me, I just couldn't get rid of it. And with all the previous situations I've had with my health, it all started coming back. I go, oh, boys, I said, I don't feel good. And this is the day we're leaving, the morning. And I said, I had to be very, very easy going, but it was such a delicious steak. But we compounded it with a dessert, and we had bacon wrapped scallops, shrimp cocktail. And I admit I had 2 old fashions. It was an overload. And I came back, I go, I can't get back to normal. I can't take this no more, and so, but today I had butter on banana bread.
SB2 went back to regular standards. No butter, no salt.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I did spice up a little food too.
Right.
That was bad.
Well, I had made a commitment to get back to normal out at this event, and I said, hey, I'm going back to good habits and do all this. Because I'll tell you the truth, man, when I was having that final checkup, I swear to, I asked the doctor, and, he's going, oh, yeah, you can have a drink. You can do this. You can do. I was like a permission slip, and I can't listen to it. I can have permission, but it doesn't mean it's going to be good for me. And it's not good for me. I got to stop, so I'm going to try to be a good boy for the rest of.
Well, you're down in God's county, so that's a start.
Yeah, but I do get out to exercise, all that stuff, but not enough. I'm not back to my old self.
You'll get back to the Y. It's right in your backyard.
Yeah.
You'll do your walk on.
Gotta walk. Yeah, gotta walk where it's safe.
When it's getting a little warm.
Yeah. And then how about this weather, man?
Oh, man.
I mean, come on, seriously. I mean,
when do you remember this?
I do not remember ever a time when we have had 10 plus days of 30 degrees and less for a high. The snow that came down normally is gone in, 72 hours?
It never
lingers like this. My goodness, it's
just be
terrible.
safe out there, man, because, with the sun up and things get a little hey, everything's good, but it's still treacherous out there, man. Yeah. There's still a lot of ice. There's still a lot of snow. Roads could be slippery, but the main thing is drive safe and drive smart.
There you go. He knows the show. And that reminds me, hey, listen, you can listen in on Drive Safe, Drive Smart. It's definitely a podcast. I am going to be doing some new shows. We're going to incorporate it into Buckley's Auto Care website. So stay tuned for a lot of good stuff, as well as Buck Stops Here, because I had a huge shout out by the folks at the YMCA, where we did a couple of spots, and we interviewed the directors down there, which, Shay Allman and Lori Kay, LK for short, she goes by. Tremendous people.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of that. I was watching it, having coffee the other day, and then I got distracted. Something else came up. But what I'm thinking about is, as we move forward into the good weather, guess what we're going to love hitting even more than
a little white ball.
Bring it on.
We got some lineups coming up. We got the spring fling down in OC, Maryland.
And that's a warm up for SB1.
Yeah, can't wait. Going with my man Franny Simeone and
Charlie Steffen.
Charlie Steffen, yeah, I remember his name. And then Frank,
St. Elizabeth's Viking.
Yeah, met Frank. We were about 3 weeks ago. I think it was. We were out for some dinner and stuff. It was good. He was in software, and we actually had a little bit of relationship because his father had started a software company in the CRM space, and that's customer retention management. But actually, he gave me a keyword. For all you guys who dabble in CRM, right? Customer retention management. He rephrased it. Customer remembers me, and that is a better definition of CRM. So we had a good long discussion. It wasn't a dry discussion because we really did have that at a bar, and we had a few drinks, and
it's always good to have a nice highfalutin planning meeting, dead of winter, talk about Ireland. I mean, that's what people do. They go out dead of winter in restaurants and talk about major golf trips. I do that 3 times a week, especially in the cold. I mean,
you got your Pocono jam, by the way, right?
Hey, I was in. That was a beautiful week I had up there. A lot of it was like a retreat. I called it the Pocono Winter Retreat for Survival. To be honest with you. Because that weather, we had cold temperatures here in the state of Delaware, up in the mountains, man. Especially we were on top of a mountain. It got down to minus 21, feel like for 3 mornings in a row. Minus 20. It was minus 5, minus 8.
Like Arctic weather.
Bro, you go out and if you're not covered, you're going to have frostbite within less than a minute, they said. And believe me, it's true, because one time I forgot my gloves. I went out to the Jeep to get something. I forgot. And sure enough, my hands were freezing. I even text Margarita. I said, I don't even know if my thumb's going to be able to work. I can't hold the club. Couldn't hold the club.
I don't play at 40 degrees or less. I'm not even out there. Not even 40. It's got to be 60 easy for me to play anymore. It's just not enjoyable with the hands. The ball's a rock. You get no distance, and your hands.
Yeah, because the air's thick in the winter. Oh, that's right.
So it's all condensed.
Well, that's why those soft core balls.
They're not bad.
Well, that was the miracle ball for me because you're right. Every time I would hit a regular golf ball, it was like you get the ringing in your hands like you do with a foul ball or with hitting a foul ball or something like that in the box. But I tell you right now, I can't wait to get together with the group in May, and we got a nice trip planned. And Franny's going to be joining us for a couple rounds. He said he's
right.
So you'll be there, and
HSB3 honorary.
No,
he can't
he's
make
not
it.
in.
That's
what I'm
right.
saying. He's not in. No. Now, you brought up a good point.
We got to take the honorary away.
Can SB? Well, he's +1. Plus one.
Sure.
I mean, that's +1. He's got to get a lot of high earnings there to get back to honorary status.
Yeah, it's true. He's got a lot of credits to make up for.
I know.
But
you brought up a good point. Honorary or SB3, actual SB3. Can he make that, Sean? That would be cool to have because I miss Sean.
It's in the middle. It's the beginning of our golf league down in Mulligan's Point. So he probably, I would say, maybe we could give him a ring.
We'll give him a ring. We'll talk to Franny at breakfast.
Well, he'll hear the podcast. By the way, if you want to download the podcast, go to Apple Podcasts and download us. You can hear it on Amazon, Spotify, but download the app. Download the show, and you can get all of our shows and stuff like that. We're
we're going to try to do this a little bit more often.
A little bit more frequently.
I'm going to get some equipment here shortly. And then that way when we're actually separated from the hip and miles, we can still do
continents.
Exactly. There you go. That'll be great because we have some things planned, and that's a good one. That's a great idea. You guys, we could do a show from Ireland. You guys sitting off the mats. They're going to be playing these golf courses where you got to take a mat around. It's unbelievable. But I
didn't even know that. Really?
If you're playing this couple courses, I looked at the itinerary. Yeah, they give you a mat.
Well, no kidding. I thought it was okay.
You got it. You're taking a caddy, and the caddy carries the mat, and you hit off the mat. That's what that one course I know. You're that's supposed to be the high end course in Ireland.
No kidding. No, I got to look into that. I mean, that would be different.
I think I read it. Maybe I did. I'm almost certain that I read that.
I know they're all links, and of course, are some of the most ancient courses for golf, and it's like it's a bucket list thing.
Well, isn't there that one course has the castle?
I think so. One of them has a castle, and you got to walk every course.
You got to walk. The one with the castle. I believe you. That's the one you got to hit from the mat. Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, because that was really that's a great trip, and I love to get on a trip like that. Like we talked about, we bring the Smashettes. And we do it because I want to get to Ireland. If I want to go to 2 places ever again, leaving America, which if I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. It ain't going to hurt my feelings. But I want to go to Ireland, and I want to see the Vatican. I want to get back to Italy, but I definitely want to go to Ireland. My in-laws love that trip. I love those photographs that they took. And back then, they had the old slideshow. Remember the old slideshow? You had the slide projector.
Oh, yeah.
That was the big thing.
The cartridge that went around.
Yeah. So they would always do that. They'd get their photographs in the slides and
the carousel.
The carousel. Yeah. And that was kind of cool. But that those cliffs and the beauty, the ground, the nature. So plus, we ain't gonna be no date trouble in there with the bars. Woo! Bring them car bombs on. Irish car bombs.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we did a few of them in our day. That was the shot of choice.
It was the drink of choice. Yeah, Irish car bombs. Who could do them and how many? All that good stuff. I've forgotten a lot of those things. But speaking of Italy, Mr. Cullen is doing that Piedmont trip in April 27, and that's our 40th. Patty and I, the Smashette, Miss Buckley, and I are celebrating the 40th. On that year. So I'm pretty sure I definitely want to go.
I'll have to talk to Smashette.
Yeah.
And see what she's doing because we're going on our first cruise this year.
Right.
Yeah. So
that's a big thing for you.
It's huge.
You'll know. I mean, my brother here is like
psychotic.
He is.
You can put it out there. I don't care. Everybody knows I'm fucking nuts. Oh, excuse me.
That's good. So, but yeah, if you know him, the thing is, he's very uncomfortable going into different places, and it's It's his nature. But he's funny as hell, you know, and I'm trying to get him to expand his horizons a little bit, but it's going to come in due time.
It's been good. I mean, I've tried a lot of different things and I've enjoyed it, but I can't wait for this cruise. And you, Patty, had that beautiful cruise a few years back. And then you met Leonard and Vanessa.
It was a great time.
That's awesome. They're great people, man. I love Leonard and Vanessa are just like solid, you know?
Yeah.
Well, so
it's cruising. The last time I had been on a cruise was right after 9/11. And we went with a bunch of friends. It was my first time on a ship like that. And I didn't enjoy it as much. Well, I thought it was different because I had the kids and we actually had to deal with a perv on the ship. That was my niece and my daughter. And this pervert broke into the communication of the walkie-talkies that we had, parents to kids.
Right.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah. And this guy got on there and was talking to my niece and my daughter, who was at the time, maybe five years old.
I can't believe this.
Yeah.
The same thing happened with me and Maria and somebody doing it on New Year's Day when I was cleaning out the shed. Yeah. She was 5 years old and they were taking the scooter around the block. Same thing. You never shared that
I never
story?
I thought, what happened was.
This is beyond belief.
Monica, my niece, came to me and goes, Uncle Greg, you know, this guy is bugging me. I got the phone. I said a lot of things.
Right.
I said, if I see you, I'm going to actually hurt you. And, you know, this guy, and I reported him to the ship. I don't, at the time, you can't tell who it was.
Well,
It's coming on walkie-talkie.
I called the county cops. I did the same thing, brother. I called the county cops. This was back in Maria's 31, 5 years. So it was what, 1999, right? They were born in 94, 99. She was 5. So, and then at the time, the cop came over, the police officer was real nice, said, will be hard to track. I said, sir, I'm just doing it to let you know, to report to the public that there's some psychopath pervert running around here with equipment to block one signal, because she went around the block and I gave her the freaking walkie-talkie, did the same thing. Right. Greg, I got goosebumps.
I thought may I explain.
You never told me that.
No,
so what was the
guy? I mean, there was no way to track him in that older technology, and they were walkie-talkies. So it's kind of like, you know.
I know exactly what you had. We had the same thing.
Yeah, the same thing.
And that somebody's driving around, and the guy said, Maria was so smart. At 5 years old, she said, you don't sound like my dad and you don't sound like my brother. Leave me alone. And then I clicked on, I was able to talk. And then they goes, well, buddy, I couldn't get to your daughter, but I got your wife up there in Boscos. Well, I knew Marguerite was upstairs cleaning. Right. And it was a beautiful New Year's Day. It was like 60 some degrees. I was cleaning out the shed. And Michael was in the house playing some video games, and Maria took the scooter around the block. Marguerite was cleaning, and that all happened. And I called the cops immediately. See, we think alike. This is what I've been saying, Greg. Here we are on a show. You're telling me something you dealt with in the cruise, and here I dealt with the same thing.
It's crazy.
It is.
I thought for sure I meant that to you before, especially back in the day. But
wow,
but,
man,
you know that's the safeguards.
That's what we're talking about. The nuts, the perverts preying on children, even on a god-dagged boat.
Right. I mean, and all we would, of course, we took the walkie-talkies away. Right. And then, you know, we would, because on the ship where we were at, there was what was the name? This is Johnny Rockets, right? And the Johnny Rockets on the ship, of course, they have sliders and milkshakes, and the kids would go there. And,
that's a famous hamburger.
Yeah, they would go there, and they were on the same ship level that we were. They were no more than, I don't know, maybe 100 feet away from us, because we're on the deck, and they go, you know, yeah, go ahead. You know, Scott and Kelly and Monica, the three of them, with Ryan and everybody, they would go out and just grab a milkshake because it was fun for them. It was something different.
And they're on
they
a
were
boat,
independent.
Right.
They can't
all
go
the good kid things.
kids.
All good stuff.
But there's always that a-hole and that pervert that you just never know. And today it's even worse because the trafficking that goes on. You can't rest as a parent. You can't, you know. And we grew up. They put
leashes, not to be disrespectful.
No.
They put leashes on kids because they don't want them to get away walking down a boardwalk.
Right.
I mean, it's just where we get to.
Here's the thing: is that we would walk all. I mean, remember we'd go to Philadelphia on baseball games at 12 years old, 10 years old,
taking a bus, Pennsylvania Avenue,
right,
Geno's,
right
get
to the
on the
vet.
way back.
Yeah. Now. And now you're afraid that you can't let your kid walk a block or two to school because of all the freaks that could be out there.
It's unbelievable.
It's what's, society has turned into. It's what technology gives the pervs the opportunity to. And then the other thing is that now you're alerted to when they come in your neighborhood. You get the alerts of, okay, there's
because of the Megan law.
Oh, yeah,
it's
right.
sad what happened. That's what I'm saying. I learned things about somebody that was released.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to get in that story publicly, but I'll tell you something right now. It gets you to do different things when you know there's a predator or somebody that did evil things that lives around you, and you know that ain't a good thing. No,
it's not. Because it just it raises a hair on the back of your neck. And even though our kids are now adults, but we have grandkids, worry about the same thing for the grandkids.
I told her,
right?
when she goes, I'm talking to her, right. I pick her, pick up the phone, call Maria, what you doing? Oh, me and Gio's out to Target. Honey, right away I go, like, make sure you park in the open lot,
right.
under a lamp.
And they're always holding your hand.
Look around, make sure nobody's following you out of the store. Yeah. Hey, 31 years old, I'm saying the same. Exactly. This is how we think because of what they're bombarded with.
It's a shame. It's a shame that,
and the grandchildren. Oh, my God. And look at this poor lady. Savannah Guthrie's mom is missing.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I mean,
now it's a crime report. I haven't had any news from the morning, but this poor woman's 84 years old. Yeah. They're treating it as a crime scene.
Yeah, we came back from the show and the Smashettes were filling me in on it, and we're watching a little TV, and I go, I had to really remember who Samantha Guthrie was, and I'm thinking, like, why would you kidnap her mother? Like, what's going on with that? I'm sure there's got to be some kind of stupid political shit that.
I don't know, brother. Just let's hope and pray she's okay. And like I said, it doesn't matter. To your point, it doesn't matter. Young, middle age, older, whatever. There's predators, and this is what the Smash Brothers try to do. And like SB1 talked about the other show that we would talk about political things a little bit more today. We're keeping it light and happy, but we get back to this thing with predators and why does people and they want to go against law enforcement. You're out of your freaking minds out there. You understand? Leave law enforcement alone. Let them do their jobs and get rid of these creeps, predators, rapists, murderers, nuts. Let them do it. Because the law-abiding citizens are happy. They love this stuff. It might be a little rough. And like we said last show, stay home so you don't get lead in your face. Well, people don't stay home, and what happens? Shit happens on the street, and it's right, wrong, or indifferent. It gets to the point of no return. And when you're at the point of no return,
you don't return.
You don't return. Exactly.
That's it.
Yeah, well, be safe out there, everybody. Let's send prayers out to.
You were ready to get a run on that one, man.
Bro,
I
go on for 5 days. Forget about breakfast. I'll get all. Dude, I'll be honest with you, man. I'm just waiting for. If I wasn't so old, I'd join ICE. But if there's a militia group that ever comes out there, pal, Mickey knows going to be on that front.
I know you are.
Damn right, baby. This America is our America. This ain't anybody else's America. This is our America. And we want to protect our children, our wives, our children, grandchildren, early, because this is what we do until the Lord calls us home. And when that happens, we do it from the Spirit. Because everybody's got an angel on their shoulder. What do we always say out on the golf course?
Oh, angels around us.
Angels around us. Right. We got an angel on our shoulder.
When you hit a drive that's hooking left so far or right, and it comes out in the middle of the fairway, when you hear this doink and hits a tree and boom, or you don't even know what it hits, all of a sudden your ball's in the middle of the fairway. And it was going into the rough.
Well, the best one I ever had was with you when you saw my ball. I thought it went in the water. Rocketed it out. And I'm ready to take a drop.
Right.
And you said, "Is this your ball?"
Yeah. And it was 50 yards away from where we thought it went in. And it was on the. What was that? The 13th or 14th at Baywood?
It's that island.
It's that island green.
I think it's 14. Yeah, at Baywood.
Right. And then I had the same exact experience. Yeah, I'm playing with the Darty boys, and I'm literally walking up and I'm explaining that the craziest shot I ever seen my Smash Brother hit was right here, where it double hit the water. It skipped twice off the water. We thought it hit the bulkhead and dropped back in, and we found it 50 yards up. What do? I hit it. It skips. We don't know how it made it over the bulkhead, and we laughed. And then I went to go hit off the island to the green, and it hit the top of the bulkhead on the other side and came back and saved the drop. So, and then we're laughing like crazy going, what is it with you guys? And I said, I don't know.
Right now, man, we've been blessed. We got angels. And I'm telling you, it's remarkable as we get older in our journeys and we move forward. It's just that, like last night at the room at Cedar Grove, greatest place in Sussex County, the guy called Greg, called me Greg, and it was Greg's friend. And I said, well, we are the Smash Brothers, and we start looking. He goes, man, I can't believe how much you guys look together, and our size and built and everything. It is just remarkable, buddy. It really is.
I know. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
That was cool.
Yeah, I was just the Smashettes were looking at us like, okay, where are we going to meet for breakfast? It's early in the morning after the show, so we had committed to some breakfast time.
Oh, well, that's our tradition.
That's our tradition. Absolutely. Absolutely.
We got the Simeons with us, so that'll be special with Debbie and Frank. Two great people, man, that made a beautiful life here in Sussex County. Got my Smash brother down here. I don't know. It's all good.
We met so many Wilmingtonians last night. They come down in droves.
It's awesome. Yeah. And then Sue and Nikki, they're great people, man. Right. It's always good to run into folks here, man. It is.
Absolutely.
And, you don't need to go to Florida. You might get Florida, some warm weather, but Sussex County, look at people from New York, Jersey come down here, man.
Sure.
Look at all this development around your around your facility.
Yeah.
Now they're putting another 500. How many homes across the street?
39 across the street.
39.
But that's 69 up the other street. 200. So it's all over.
About 500 altogether when it's done.
Yeah, a little more than that. It's almost like 700.
Oh boy!
I mean, they're all over the place.
Ching, get your cars over here, Buckley's Auto Care. Today, Greg's wearing his beautiful.
A little sponsorship. I got to pay the bill somehow. You got your AC Media or AC Capital.
Well, AC Media is a part of AC Capital. Yeah, known Capital. God bless Michael. He's out there painting a monster house. He got a good referral from a nice man we got to know, Dave, and then he got a beautiful referral, and he's painting a house out there, Middle Run Crossing. I think it's a little over 3,000 square feet, but it's a doozy. It's a doozy because it's got all the high ceilings and the peaks and all that. So you got to get scaffolding in there. It's a big job, but I'm so proud of his company, what he did, and leaving baseball and be able to do this.
Yeah.
It's just absolutely amazing. And it's all good people around him his whole life. And that's what we're talking about. Good people, good community, and being good stewards of the community we live in. And that's what we try to talk about here.
Raising kids, raising a family is not for the faint of heart.
No way, man. No way, man.
You got to do it right.
Like you said, when you create something, you created it. You're like God. You're responsible, man. God created the universe. He created all this. So we got to be stewards of this. So when you create something of life, God creates us. We have miracle to create others. Guess what? Own it. And be a part of it.
You got to own it.
You got to own it, baby. Society should not raise your kids. Teachers shouldn't have to you go to school to learn ABCs and math and reading and history and everything you learn to be a well-rounded citizen, to come out here and get a higher education or enter into the workforce, whatever you all want to do. But guess what? It starts with goodness. So don't get distracted with all this evilness out there. Stick to the goodness. Stick to following God.
And that's words of wisdom from my Smash brother. So,
and I failed along the way, but that's we all do. Hey, I am no saint, baby. I try, because if I didn't follow God, God only knows where I'd be. I'm dead serious. He gave me my wife, and she saved my life. I'll tell everybody that any day of the week. You know that we were. Yeah. You met Patty. Our Smashettes have grounded us to become great men.
Yeah, that's right. Behind every good man is a better woman.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I mean, I don't say it enough to Marguerite. She's great saying around my life.
All right. Well, it's we've got 30 minutes in. The Smashettes are asking us when we're going to hit here for breakfast.
Well, we only wanted to do a quick show.
That's all. We want to get back in the groove.
That's all.
We want to try to commit to more. We got a nice little setup here in Millsboro. I
love this. You say
right.
This is beyond belief.
Actually, kind of like them, Jim.
I like being side by
Right,
side.
and
This is
one
cool.
camera frame, we can go like this. We can wave hi, say, "Hey, what's happening?"
Yeah.
Yeah, this turned out pretty good. And now in Wilmington, we kind of we face each other in Wilmington, and that's because of configuration.
But I think that, like I said, this is until we're away and we do broadcasts different areas. I like this format. This format's cool. It's side by side.
Side by side.
It's Smash Brothers style. When we ride in a cart, it's SB1, SB2. Smash shows. Look, we got to be
SmashCast.
SmashCast. We got to be together.
All right. Well, look, we're going to sign
together
off.
forever, baby.
There you go.
Great album, baby. Speaking of that, real quick before we go, I did kidnap Smash SB1. We were going to go into Port Chester, New York, and we were going to see the Toy Factory project to honor Toy Caldwell, man, or the Marshall Tucker Band. Can you imagine? I mean, God bless. We're going to get in up their cars, take a ride up the Hudson, follow the Hudson up there. It's about a 2-hour ride. And we're going to listen to Marcus King, Warren Haynes, O'Teal, Paul Riddle from the Marshall Tucker Band. He's the drummer. They're going to get some family members up there. We'll be in the audience. And then it's just, we're keeping our lives moving forward, brother, and following things that sealed us. And guess what? When that Together Forever album came out by Marshall Tucker, that was that was us, Together Forever, together forever with our wives, together forever with our friendship. This is what we seal everything in. And what bonds people? Music and good food. And we were blessed last night to have both of that in great fellowship.
Oh, we did.
Is that a beautiful morning out here? Look at the great things of life. SB1, that's all I had to say on this SmashCast. Love you, brother. Love you.
All right, man. Same here,
love the fans. Love the fans.
Thank you very much. We're going to remember, go to Apple Podcasts, download the podcast. We'll be doing a little bit more shows more frequently. Also, if you want, you can download Buck Stops Here. I go out and talk to all around here, Delaware. There's many people to think of. I want to give a shout out to the Stevensons because they were on, right, they came over, and they're just two great people, just absolutely fantastic people. And there's so many others to say thank you for what you do and what they do in the state of Delaware. We're a small part of this whole ecosystem, trying to bring in the best of people. We talk about what's going on. This is the Smash Brothers, and we like to have fun. We've been together since first grade, so we have a lot of history to go with, friends, family members, acquaintances. Doesn't take much to know us, and we know a lot of you anyway. So anyway, thanks a lot. We will see you on the next show. Thanks. We'll see you later.
Peace and love.
Peace and love. There you go.
Standing, brother.